Howdy, I'm Chris Hawley. I'm the relief off the motor vessel Arabian. I was going to do a quick tutorial on how to splice Dyneema SK78 or 75, whichever the case may be. This particular case is SK75. Essentially the same thing as what we use with our face ropes, but this is 3mm. The ones we use on our face ropes are 1.25 inches. Same exact principles apply. So yeah, watch and enjoy. I hope y'all enjoy the video, and hope I'm able to teach y'all something. I learned this through SWOS, and I've been playing with this stuff for the better part of 15 to 20 years, racing sailboats. Same exact technology, same exact splices. So enjoy the video.
Alright, here we go. We need to determine our fid length, and our fid length is roughly 18 times the diameter of the line. So if you have a 1 inch line, it'll be 18 inches. If you have a 1 1/4, 1 1/8 like what we have on the towboat, it'll be roughly 20 inches. To determine the length of the splice, you need to figure out our fid length and then multiply it times 4. So you'll have roughly on this particular line 72 millimeters, 72 times the diameter of the line. So on this line, it's a 3mm line, and then we're going to multiply that times 72 to come up with our length of the splice. We're going to mark our splice, or placement of the splice, one solid line on the line. That way it stands out, and we'll repeat the process for the other side. We'll check both against each other. Make sure it's good and visible. That way we don't lose anything where we're looking at. And you can kind of double check and make sure the whole thing fits by putting them seconds. I kind of lost my work off the table. It all slid off in one shot. Okay, so we're back with our work, and there goes sliding again. I had to throw everything back up there. Okay, our next step is to calculate our one fid length, which we can either take like what I did here, and 72 divided by 4 gives me the 18 times what our diameter is, or I can just take my known number of 220 and divide that by 4. And that'll give me my taper area, or where I need to start my taper to begin the splice. The coat hanger folded up is what's known as a splicing needle. Instead of buying one, I made one. You can do this out of stainless for larger pieces of line, or you can use a broom handle if your lines are not terribly worn yet. Once you make your taper, you tie it. You basically duct tape your broom handle in, and it'll help to guide things through. Now, what I've done here is I took my initial point. I took where the 2 pieces of line cross, or 2 yarns cross, and I skipped, that's called a pick, where it forms a V, and I skip 1 V, go to the next, mark it, skip 1, go to the next, mark it, and then skip 1, go to the next, mark it. So we have 3 total V's that are marked. And then we will take and we'll pull those particular marked lines out, and we'll cut them. That will form a taper. You have 12 strands of line. This will give you down to 6 strands in a nice even taper. You can spread the taper out more if you'd like further down, but it's not an accepted practice, and I wouldn't do it. Here we have our six yarns that are pulled out of the line. Notice each one is coming out separate from the others. And the reason we did the spacing that we did was so that way we don't grab the same yarn 2 or possibly even 3 times. And then what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and cut them flush with the line, and then we'll smooth everything over. going to repeat the same process on the other piece of line. The other piece is a little bit of a worn spot. It's not going to affect the rigidity of the line or the structure of the line, but it makes finding the picks a little bit more difficult. That can happen on the boats also. It's not going to affect much. It just makes it a little bit harder to taper. You don't always have to taper, but it helps. Now we're going to begin into the main part of the splice. You'll notice both ends are tapered now, and what we're going to do is we're going to take my splicing needle, or you can take your bit, roughly at the point. I prefer to go 1 pick or 2 picks behind where the splice mark is, and we'll just stick the bit through, open the line up. This isn't going to hurt the line. Open the line up, and then just chase the bit through with the other piece of line, like you see here, and it'll just drop right through. You may have to kind of work that a little bit depending on how worn your line is. Bring the other side through, and then you'll repeat the process on the other side. I did make a mistake. I cut it out of the video. I went on the wrong side of the other side of the splice, which it happens. So what I did was I just basically pulled my line and then reset it where it needed to be. And that when both these pieces of line come together, the diameter of the line is not drastically changed. Yes, it gets slightly larger. But what this does, this helps the line to hold itself together. Notice when I'm using my splicing needle here, you can see that I'm putting the line through, and I'm just using the needle to pull the line through the pick of the line that I've already started. Both ends have now come together. You just pull the bitter ends of both sides, and it'll snug up both ends. Now that we have our initial Brummel started, which is the tuck, we're going to take my splicing needle and kind of roughly guesstimate where we're going to need to be in terms of bury. As you bury the line, remember you will need more of your standing end to cover the entire buried portion, as the standing end will scrunch up and will lose some length as it gains diameter. So what I'm going to do is I scrunch up the line, and then I insert my tool into the core of the line, and I run it, just shimmy it down. Now, if you're using a broomstick, you'll want to go from where the Brummel of the splice is, and on our face ropes, you'll do roughly an 80-inch tuck. 72 to 80 inches is acceptable per SWOS and per Samson. The more you age your line, the less bury you have to have. So you can see my splicing needle is already through the line. Now, once again, if I'm using a broomstick or what have you, I'm going to go from where the Brummel is, and then I'm just going to chase it down the line, and then I'll just tuck it until I get right here where my end is coming out. I'll pull the end tight, and then I'll work the splice flat with my fingers. You can do this with larger size lines also. It just takes a little bit more work. That being said, it's not going to affect the line either direction. If you go from one side or the other, if you do a pull through or a push through, it doesn't affect the line either way. Once again, we're going to repeat on the other side, and we're going to scrunch our line. We're going to feed our bury tool or our splicing needle through. You can also make a splicing needle if you need to out of stainless rod. 1/4-inch stainless rod works just fine. Turn it over very tight on one end. Usually about a 1/2-inch diameter or a 1/2-inch turn will work just fine to where you can get the line pinched in there, and then you'll be able to run it right through. Your splicing needle will need to be about 3 feet long, so you can just run it through the line without any hang-ups, and keep some electrical tape or some duct tape handy. It'll help the line travel. The bury is complete. Now, what you'll want to do is you'll want to put the line under a full load 3 or 4 times, and what that'll do is that'll help the bury to settle in. Your bury will lose some length as it reduces diameter, all that fat spot will actually thin out a tremendous amount, and you don't even need to actually sew it in. You can take some smaller line and you can sew it in. Usually pick about usually go about 2 picks, and use a locking stitch technique that you would find with an awl. Other than that, that's it. I hope y'all are able to use this video. And if you got any questions, go back through the video.
I hope y'all enjoyed that video. I hope y'all are able to use it if you ever have a face rope part. This splice should hold 95% of the line's breaking strength, which you shouldn't even be getting to that point. But because of the way it's buried and the way that it's tucked across like it is, that line should not lose any structural rigidity. The taper should help it to feed through the chocks and feed into the chafing gear, and you should be just fine, good to go.